Well, I'd say that both. There's a lack of communication, I think, between the administration and the student government, and then I think there's also a lack of communication between the student government and the student body, or maybe vice versa even. And I think that it's not so much, I think saying a lack of communication might not even be the right way to put it. It's more of effective communication. I mean, we are communicating. You know, I see emails from SGA. I mean, there's stuff in the Thorn. The issue, I guess, is that the communication is spread out and not necessarily consistent. So students don't necessarily know where they should expect to hear about this information. And so when we do, or when the student government does talk to the student body or the administrators, I don't think that it necessarily hits as many people as it should. So I think we should really try to broadcast on all channels whenever we communicate. And we should communicate frequently. You know, we should communicate weekly with the student body through Facebook pages or SharePoints or notices on the e-board TV screens or posters in the Commons, anything. We just need to make sure that students, that we keep this consistent communication so that students know what to expect.
Thanks, Nick.
It's very easy to blame the administration. I mean, they're the big administration, but at the end of the day, I do think it is the SGA's fault. I mean, our administration is not perfect, but frankly, it's better than at a lot of the colleges. There's not very many colleges where you can walk down to the Dean of Students' office and say, "What's up?" It doesn't happen in other places. So I think it comes down to the fact that as SGA, we need to reach out to our administrators. I feel like if I walked into Mike Taylor's office and said, "I need you to come present," he'll probably do it. You can ask Darushka. She was wondering what's going on right now with all this construction. She emailed him, and he came. He scheduled a meeting with her. They met, and they figured it out. I think it just comes down to the SGA needs to reach out to those administrators and ask them for the information. Because I think a lot of people will be surprised that if we ask, we'll probably get an answer. They don't hate us. They tend to like us. We pay their bills and everything. So I feel like if we reach out to them, they're going to do their best to make us happy. Because happy students, happy administration, it's a good school. And then at the same time, the SGA, with their senators, we need to work on our communication. We got to teach our senators how to get that information that we get from the administration to the students. I think as soon as we teach our senators how to be good senators, a lot of our problems are going to go away. Because our issues a lot of time arise from the fact that our senators don't do an effective job.
Thanks, Brent.
I would say the gap definitely is between SGA and the administration. The one problem I see is that SGA doesn't really seem to be like spearheading any of the efforts. It always seems to like come about as a result of the Rose Thorn article, like the Thorn articles written about the Commons or whatever. Like within the past couple of weeks, there was tons of talk from SGA about the Commons and different renovations, but these have been done for a while. Like it's been going on for a while, and it just took outrage by enough students before SGA was like, okay, I guess we'll finally pick up the cause. But SGA should be on top of that. They should have, if there's a couple of complaints, they should form some type of committee to investigate if it actually is a real problem. I just think that SGA should be the organization that really is the drive behind like voicing the student opinions, and I feel like they're kind of like taking them up reluctantly at this point.
Thanks, Carley.
I feel the Student Government Association should be the bridge between the administration and the student body. There shouldn't be a gap, because if there is, that means SGA isn't there. So I feel that the administration has been informed that Rose-Hulman students, they want their opinion to be heard. We love having an opinion. We have voiced our opinion, but sometimes we don't know that we need to make an opinion. So the administration has been informed of that, and they seem to be willing to work closely with students to make sure that we are happy. And I feel like SGA should be able to be, the senators should be much better trained so that they can communicate with their constituents. They can know them, and they can understand what the majority of their constituency feels, what the specific concerns are, and when they can bring those to Senate and fully represent their constituencies. Because often there's 3 or 4 people who will reply to a senator's email, and if they know better how to get replies out of their constituents, then they can have a stronger opinion that their constituency has, and that stronger opinion can have a unified force that can sort of show the administration what we want and what we need.